Good morning, everyone. Please can we have our friends join in this call? We're about to start while we wait for our judges and every other persons to join. Also, anchoring the session today will be Khadijah Babatunde. Hi, Khadijah.
Hi, Victor. Good morning.
Hello, Khadijah.
Hi, Victor.
Hello,
can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Also, please, you could, while you're joining the call, please can you mute your mic so we don't distract the session, people coming in for the session or people talking, so we could hear them clearly. Also, I'd like to state that this session is also live on YouTube. If you have friends that might not necessarily want to join through via Zoom, they could actually watch via YouTube. And also the recording would be also the recording will be also will be on our YouTube channel. So you could actually Google EduBridge Academy and you get to see the link, the YouTube video. So over to you, Khadijah.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Khadijah, and I'm going to be hosting today's session. But before the session begins, I would like to talk briefly about EduBridge. So, EduBridge Academy is a program that is dedicated to undergraduates and graduates in order to bridge the gap between students, fresh graduates, and the real world, that is the real labor market. So we have programs such as accounting, human resource, investment banking, and management consulting, and the newly introduced data analytics as well. So yeah, EduBridge is a program that is dedicated to ensuring self-development among students and people who already like have jobs and just wish to make this progress in their careers. So if you are like a spectator and you have not been to EduBridge Academy yet, we encourage you to register because it is a decision that you can never regret. So yeah, you can tell your friends about EduBridge Academy. And if you are not part of the EduBridge family, we are welcoming you with open hands.
Sorry,
so, thank you.
Ojobola.
I'm sorry, does anyone have a question? Good afternoon, everybody. I'm aware that there are two teams presenting today. Can someone from Team Nourish Co confirm that they are around and ready to present? Team Nourish Co.
Yes, we are here.
All right. What about Team Atlantic International? Atlantic International. Yeah.
We are here. We are here.
All right then. All right. Okay. So we're going to wait for the judges now to arrive. Okay, so one of our judges just joined us. His name is Abdulatif. I would like Abdulatif to quickly brief us on who he is, what he does, and his expectations for today's session. So Abdulatif, please.
All right, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Abdulatif. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. My name is Abdulatif Hussein. I'm the CEO of Bass Capital. We're an advisory firm, have some principal investment and also focus on funds arrangement for private companies. Before Bass Capital, I worked as an investment banker in Blackbeat Limited, and then a corporate finance analyst at Global View Capital before moving to do in-house corporate finance for one or two microfinance banks, and then set up Bass Capital.
That's the end.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Okay, my expectations for this session is to hear everyone out and what you've been up to for the last 2 months, and hopefully get to select the best of the teams that are here.
Thank you very much, Abdulatif. It was great hearing from you. And okay, so I'm just going to wait for other judges to arrive so the session can begin immediately. Thank you, Taiwo, for your observation. We have people joining in on the Zoom right now. So we'll have more people coming in now, and then the session can begin. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. The session is about to start right now. We have with us two of our judges as well. We have Taiwo Obasan and we have Ifoma. So I would like to welcome them both. And then I would like to welcome all our audience and the participants of today's finals. So before we begin, I would like each of the judges to briefly introduce themselves, tell us what they do, and as well as their expectations for today's session. So I would like to call on Taiwo first to just give us a brief introduction.
Hello. Hi everyone. Good afternoon. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello everyone. My name is Taiwo Obasan, and it's an honor to be here with you guys at this final. I have a lot of expectations, right? But I feel from EduBridge 2017 that was when I was at EduBridge in 2017. So I somewhat have huge expectation about when we were still like at the academy. Right now, it's more like when they say gladiators, have a lot of people coming to battle and some of ideas stuff. I know. So that I am hoping that the ideas I will see here $1 billion ideas in the future, and again maybe some that we can place money on and we can make a lot of money from. Then about myself, like I said, I am an alumnus of EduBridge. I was at EduBridge. I'm graduate of economics from past career. I did a bit of not necessarily bank institution, and currently for the past 5 years I've been in building and scaling products that help people get access to financial services. I'm currently the CEO of Fondo in the digital bank. So far, I've been able to help about 100 small businesses get access to better tools like this. So far, also of over 20,000 shares get access to better banking, investment, so that's about it. I have for products, good products, good processes, and better decisions. All right, so that's about.
Thank you very much, Taiwo, for that introduction. Okay, so now we're going to call on Ifoma to give us a brief introduction of herself as well as her expectations for today's session.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, hi, good afternoon. My name is Ifoma Oyenjekwe. Just like Taiwo said, he's an alumnus of EduBridge, and I am also an alumna of EduBridge. Then it was called the Bridge Academy in 2014. I had just graduated university, and then I was doing my NYSC, and then I got introduced to the Bridge Academy. And ever since then, from the training we got there, it's really helped me in my work, in my career, and in life in general as well. I currently work in UBA in the treasury arm of UBA. I trade fixed income and bonds. I also work in the ALM.
You're still anticipating that it will grow. Meanwhile, it might not necessarily, it might stay flat. It might drop because that marginal price increase initially, then it can pick up again.
Hello, I think
But I
someone
mean,
is
if you can always
muted. That is really the noise is really disturbing. Okay. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry about that.
Okay, so my expectation for this program is, for the consultant. The person is unmuted again. My expectation of this program is for the participants, have such good ideas that can help them in their grad school or in work. I have an MBA and we used to do things like this. We used to consult for real businesses. So this is just like a stepping stone. It's a model business challenge, but you can use this in real life. So I just hope everybody has a good time and they put in their best, and we'll see what will happen at the end. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ifoma. So now that we've introduced our judges, I would like to confirm once again that our participants are around and they are ready to present. So I would like one representative from each team to just briefly mention the name of the team and tell us that they are ready. That's it. Any representative? Do we have anybody from the teams presenting around, please? Team Nourish Co. Is anyone available?
Oh, yes, we are available. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, judges. So one of our members just kicked out because of network, so she's trying to join in again.
All right. Team Atlantic International.
Good afternoon. Yeah, we are here. I believe everyone should be present.
All right then. Thank you.
We haven't started now.
I would like to confirm that our final judge is around. Adedayo, please, are you on the call? All right then. So I just confirmed that Abdulateef is going to be is the final judge. So we have Ifoma, Abdulateef, and Taiwo as our judges. I would like to briefly call on Victor Kanu to speak to us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, judges. Good afternoon, Khadijah, and good afternoon, every member that have come to present, and also our audience. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Victor Kanu, and I work with EduBridge Academy. So I know Khadijah has given a brief of what EduBridge Academy does. So, but I would also state that EduBridge Academy is a place where we try to bridge the gap between what is taught in school and what is actually obtainable in the real world, like in the real workspace. So for today, being the finals is for the graduate training class that has actually happened virtually. And we have the two teams presenting today, which is Team Nourish Co. and also Team Atlantic International. I wish you all best of luck. And also to mention that each team has 15 minutes to present, and the judges in total also have 15 minutes to also give their feedback and ask questions. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming in. Thank you very much, Taiwo Obasan, Ifoma, and Abdulateef for joining us today. We'll begin the session with Khadijah, continuing from where she stopped. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Victor. So like Victor mentioned, we're going to get right into the presentation now. We have the finalists have 15 minutes each. So Team Nourish Co and Atlantic International have 15 minutes each to present, and then the judges have 15 minutes for their question session. So I would like to call on Team Atlantic International to give us the presentation first. Team Atlantic International, it's time for your presentation.
Hi, good afternoon. Odogwu Gabriel is going to be sharing the screen. Yes.
Okay, so Team Atlantic International, Victor needs to clarify something, so you guys can just hold on for a few seconds.
Okay, thank you very much, Khadijat. Also, after the business challenge, we'll be having a stock pitch presentation, which will start by 2 p.m. prompt. So this session should end by by 2 p.m. Then we have the next session start by 2 p.m. prompt. Thank you very much. I just need to state this for other participants, those who are going to be presenting for the stock pitch to take notes. Thank you.
So I'm trying to share the screen. I'm unable to do that. Hello, Khadijah.
Yes, I'm working on that right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, can you try again? It's screen sharing. Try again.
Okay. Okay, please confirm if you can see the screen. Can someone please confirm if they can see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Yeah, I can see. I can see.
So good afternoon, everyone. So we are Team Atlantic International, and today we'll be presenting our proposal to the judges. First off, we would like to say thank you to Khadijah for moderating this. We would also like to say thank you to the judges for being part of us. Thank you to Victor as well. And thank you to my team. Today we'll be discussing on our proposal, and we are so glad that we got to the finals. Since we don't have enough time, I'll just go quick. This is who we are. Our mission is to be synonymous with safe, convenient, timely, and quality sea transportation services. Our vision is to be the industry leaders in the sea transportation across all niches, to reduce the general congestion of land transportation channels through quality public sea transportation. We all identify with this problem. In the 1990s, we were 7 million people in Lagos State. It's doubled since then. This is 2021. We still experience the same traffic issues, and we're still running on the same roads. Nothing has improved. So this is our problem. And now I'll be handing over to Masa to speak on market opportunities.
Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. So the market opportunity that we have identified is based in the numbers here. As at 2004, there were 240,000 registered vehicles, and in 2017, that number has almost tripled, or more than tripled, to 747,000. So if we take it down to those who commute between Ikorodu and Tafawa Balewa Square, that's 160,000 passengers daily using the BRT mode of transportation. This translates to a value of 80 million naira daily. And now looking at those who use sea transportation, the market has grown by 2.5 times between 2012 and 2017. And to be more specific, those who use the Ikorodu Ebute a road channel to Lagos Island are about 2.8 thousand passengers daily. And so this brings us to our market. So we have our the Lagos State populace as the total market, then all commuters between the mainland and the island, which we have estimated to be 150,000 daily. That's 75 million per day in market value. And our target market being approximately 3,000 people daily, that is 1.8 million naira daily as the market value. So the environment, as for the political environment, the Lagos State government seems to be inviting more private investment into the sector. In terms of economics, inflation is at 17%, but however, water transport GDP has grown by 1.1% in Q2. Unemployment is still at 33%. Public purchasing power is, however, is declining, and there is exchange rate uncertainty. The demographic is mainly the working class, but we aim to expand into luxury services in the long term, and as well as corporate services. In terms of technology, we also aim to delve into technology-based solutions such as card readers, just like the BRT bus card. In terms of environmental sustainability, we are using fuel to power boats, but in the long term, we aim to transition to battery-powered boats or LNG-powered boats. And as for the legal framework, it is based on regulations of LASWA and NIWA, the National Inland Waterways Authority. Okay, so Odogwu is going to take our solution statements.
Okay, with that said, with the opportunities and the environment mentioned, we are now looking at our solution. What do we bring to the table? So what we bring is we are switching communals from traffic to waterways. Actually, we are going to reduce the traffic. We're improving on, we are guaranteeing our communals cost, if we will be cost effective. We are going to be faster, and we're going to be environmentally friendly. Our sea-based transport initiative would aim to reduce the congestion on the road, and we also aim to promote the sea transportation as being one of the safest ways to travel. And what we offer, what the product we offer is, we offer two, for now, as we start now, we are offering 33-seater boats. As you can see in the pictures, we're also offering 20-seater boats. You can see how comfortable the seats are. You can see even just the fact that it's just a picture, it's not a moving, how do I put it now? It's not a film, it's just a picture. You can see that the boat or the vessel will be moving at a fast pace on sea to move people from place to place. So our competition here, as you can see on the table here, our competition is the Metro Ferry, the Lag Ferry, the Lagos Waxy, which is no longer in operation, and the small scale business, small boats who are quite much anyways, but what we hope to do, we push our idea, our goals, and our business plan to become the leaders in this market space. So I'll be handing over now to my colleague to go ahead with the opportunities. Operational analysis.
Hello. Coming to the operational analysis, you can see that we have the finance at the right side. We have the financing, which comprises the two parts of finance. We have the equity finance, which is 40%, and the debit financing, which is 60%. Coming to the operation, and we have our passenger boat services and payment per trip. Coming to our support services, we have our promotion and marketing, which comprise our social media and boat testing period. That's how we can promote our business. And coming to the other support services, we have our acquisition of boats that we're going to use, and I have our NEWA, and the last one, which is registration permits that will make us the help us to work on sea. Going to the next slide. The next slide. For now, we are working on 4 boats, which can be, we have 2 trips in the morning and 2 trips in the evening. And in the morning section, by 6:30, 2 trips moving from Ikorodu to VI and Ikorodu to CMX. And in the evening time, by 4:30, they'll still be going from CMS to Ikorodu and from VI to Ikorodu. That's for the first trip in the evening. Then from 5 o'clock and to 5:30, that's the second trip comes in. In the morning by 8 o'clock, 7:30 to 8 o'clock, that's the first trip. The second trip moves in the morning section. So our after our ticketing, after our okay, next slide. As you can see, by road, going from Ikorodu to VI, it take us like 1 hour and 51 minutes. By on sea, from Ikorodu to VI, it saves us more time, like less than 25 minutes. We are in Ikorodu. We are in VI, to be precisely. So, as you can see, all the red part of this is showing all the traffic on the way. And you can see by using this C part, we can bypass all the traffic in just 25 minutes. So going over to next slide, the same thing applicable for Ikorodu to CMX. By road, you are taking 1 hour 44 minutes to get to CMS, while by ferry from Ikorodu terminal, just 25 minutes, you have reached your destination at CMS. Like I said before, this red part is also the traffic noticed in the morning section while you're traveling, while you're transporting from Ikorodu to CMS. So I think I'm using this C, okay. I'm calling on Mercy to take over the service delivery and value proposition. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Okochi. So our value proposition hinges on three main factors. So we have the safety and customer prioritization, where we will have partnerships with the Nigerian Maritime Academy, which will also help as a safety beacon in case anything happens to the boat at sea. And we'll have safety videos at our own jetty stand at the terminal, as well as compulsory life vest. For then, the next factor is our greener and sustainable and sustainability needs. That's also one thing that we hope to stand out for, which makes us unique. So based on our assumptions, with 4 boats, we can carry a maximum of 212 passengers every day. That's the equivalent of 4 cars, because there will be 5 people per car. And this amounts to 582,000 grams per kilometer of CO2 emissions. But if we use the boats, that eliminates 42 cars and leaves it at just 4 boats, which is 57,000 grams per kilometer of CO2 emissions. So that's a 90% reduction in CO2 emissions. In terms of convenience, we're saving people 1 hour, 20 minutes every day, in every morning. So in total, that's about 3 hours every day. We're giving them convenience, and we're also giving them safety. Okay, and this is the risk analysis that Nonsomosu will handle. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mercy. So I'll be discussing on the risk analysis. So before I start, I'll explain what is risk analysis and risk management. Risk management is the act of mitigating a risk that an unforeseen circumstance to the barest minimum. So the risk management process we actually considered before we got to a particular risk is the ICA principle, where it has to do with the identification of the risks, the assessing of the risks, and that's where you have to consider the severity, the frequency, and also the impact of the risks. Then we review the risks and we control the risks. So in the 4 processes, we actually came up with 5 major risks that could have an adverse effect on our sea transportation business. So that's the political risks, the insurance risk, the cost risks, the regulatory risks, and also the operational risks. So the political risk just has to do with an advent of a change in power, whereby there's a state government transition. As we all know, during the regime of Fashola and Ambodi, they were heavily dependent on road transportation. That was why there was an influx of BRT buses. So, but Sanwo-Olu's region is kind of diversifying the transportation system. So now it's presently favorable to sea transportation. So in form of insurance, it just has to do with the payment of claims to accident or loss of lives and property. So for the cost risk, that has to do with the adverse increment in the fuel of price. So it will actually increase our fuel ticket prices. So regulatory risk just has to do with the set out laws of a particular city of Lagos. As we all know, before you board the ferry system, there should be a life support around, there should be a life jacket and a life support boat. So in the operational risk, this has to do with the day-to-day activities, accidents, and actually how we tend to mitigate and control the accidents. The incorporating public agencies and the draining of waters. So in all, we actually discovered that our business is feasible and scalable to run.
Okay, thank you. So for the financial viability, we are employing 100 million as base capital. This is the amortization schedule using an interest rate that is above the monetary policy rate of 11.5. We used 12.5 as a safety benchmark. Next, please. Okay, and sorry, please go back. Okay, and so this is our model financial statements, and we used a quarterly model period instead of a yearly model period. This is to account for just a short term, which is 3 years. So this is 12 quarters, where there is no increment in capital expenditure over this period of time. So our gross profit margins have an average of 97%, operating profit margins have an average of 35%, and PAT margins have an average of 16.5%. And our return on capital employed average over the period is 4%. But other information not included in this slide is our payback period, which we have estimated to be 3.9 years. And as well, the NPV, the net present value of the project, which amounts to 65 million naira. And with that, that brings a conclusion to our presentation on our proposed business plan. Gabriel Odogwu is the president. Okochi is the vice president in public relations. Nwankwo is the vice president risk and compliance, and I am vice president finance and strategy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Team Atlantic International, for your presentation. Now we're going to begin the question and answer session with the judges. That is going to end by 1 p.m. So the judges have 15 minutes. Thank you.
Hi, Khadija. I thought you were going to call on what any of the judges. Or can we just take the class?
Yes, the judges can just like go ahead. Based on I'll call on Ifoma to go first.
Okay. Well done, guys. That was a very, very good presentation. I enjoyed listening to people, and I would say that your feasibility of the business is a very attractive one. In your market opportunity slide, I saw you just list, we estimate, and then we kind of goes, like where I was looking for the source of data, because if you're working in any environment, you can't just come and list that, 2004 was 240,000, 2013 was 1 point whatever million. They'd ask you, where did you get data from? So it's important to list the source of data to know whether it's a verifiable one or not. So it won't seem like you're just punching numbers from the air. Okay. And then when you are presenting your business environment, you listed a lot of factors, the textile, the political, economic, social, you listed really well, but it was just like a listing. I was expecting to hear, okay, like this is exactly how it's going to affect our business. Although, yes, you had your risk mitigation slide, but here I was expecting to see that, okay, like in political environment, if this happens, that happens, and and so on like that. Like what are the advantages and disadvantages of that your business? Because we have examples, Nigerian examples, OPay, when they did liaise with the government, but the government reneged on their former agreement, and then they had to change business plans. So I was expecting to hear something like that. And then when you went to competition, it was good. You listed competition as your other water transportation businesses, but there's a saying in Nigeria that every business in Nigeria competes with food. So it's not just your direct competition. What happens to downfall? I mean, yes, 1,000 naira per ride is good, but your competition is also other transportation businesses. It can cut away your market share. So that was also what I expected to see there. Like, how does your indirect competition affect your business? And then I'd also have liked to hear how your capital was being raised, 100 million. But is it through debt, angel investors, family and friends? How your capital is being raised definitely going to be a big factor in your financial analysis, talking about payback. What if your investors decide to, call in their capital? Is there any stopgap to mitigate that process and everything? But all in all, I liked your presentation. It was very good.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Okay.
So I would like to quickly state this. We really appreciate the add-ons that you just gave to us. Yes, we realize we should have added more things to the presentation, but we were looking at the time factor that we had, and so we did not want to start putting in things and then having to discuss quite a lot of it and not being able to complete our presentation. But we really appreciate you once again for putting all of this into perspective. Thank you.
Okay, hi. Thank you so much for the feedback. To add to everything that Gabriel has said, okay, to list the questions, okay, so the sources of data, yes, we didn't put that in the presentation, but it's in the notes to the presentation. Unfortunately, that doesn't appear on presentation mode. So we actually got our data from the LASWA water transportation statistics. In terms of the capital structure, it's 40% equity, which will come from bootstrapping and venture capital. Okay, that's it. Bootstrapping and venture capital, and then 60% debt, which you're able to get from DFIs and commercial bank. For other transportation means, we want to thank you so much for that correction, and we'll definitely look into that. And also for the pestle as well. Yes, okay. Those are my responses to the comments. Thank you.
Okay, well done, guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Ifoma. Taiwo, do you have any questions for the finalists?
Okay. Hi, Khadijah. Actually, my name is Abra, not Taiwo.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. All right. So let me start with from where Ifoma stopped. And my first question: your market is solely from the conversation that you said. It's solely people living in Ikorodu and working on the island. Right. So that's like what your market means. What do you think drives their option of transportation? Pricing or time? Which of those two things drive their option, their choice? That's like the first question. I have a couple of questions.
Okay. So do you mean what drives them to picking the choices they make, or how are we going to drive them to picking us as the choice they make?
Yes, what drives them into the choice they make? So if you are trying to be the new product, right, you have to understand the existing behavior of the market and how your product will most likely fit into that same existing behavior. So that's where my question stems from. What drives these people? Why do they make like their transportation decision? Is it based on pricing or is it based on time or some other thing?
Okay. So I will put it this way: for some of those coming from Ikorodu, it's based on pricing. So the way I will put it
I would like to be specific so we can think in numbers. Some is not specific enough for me. Right?
Okay.
Next percentage, this is who they are, why.
So hold on. The thing is, we look at our target market first, because we have a target market. I'm trying to get to the slide where the target market is. Apologies, please. So our target market is majorly the working class, those who have to leave the house early in the morning to get to work and then leave again to get home. So if we are looking at that market, what drives them is time factor. It's not the price. What drives them is time. There is a data. We did not put this.
So what's the data saying? What percentage of people working in the Now, I don't want, like, this is business, right? So yes. I don't want to just give me data based on, like, based on, I think I know. Go and check it out, right? I need it to be based on this data. We interview